art exhibit is going on in Pullman featuring unconventional art.
And a professor is suing a WSU over defunded research.
And a father admits to disposing of his 3-year-old daughter's dead body. Murrow News 8 starts now.
From Studio B on the campus of Washington State University, this is Pullman's only nightly newscast. This is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Stella Kim.
And I'm Brittany McIntosh. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
A professor at WSU is suing the school after the funding was cut for his wolf research. Robert Wilgus, an associate professor and director of the Large Carnival Conservation Lab at WSU, is studying the profanity peak wolf pack. This lawsuit, however, is starting to scare students away from his program.
Definitely altered my interest because I personally don't want to start off my wildlife career with a controversial animal through a controversial professor who has a controversial career focus.
Is a lot more.
Professor Wilgus's case with the university is still pending, and we'll give you more information when we have it.
An art exhibit is being held at the WSU Museum of Art here on campus. A Shine Seville's Taylor visited the exhibit to get a closer look at the unique pieces of art.
Conventional Pairings combines the style of 4 different WSU art departments, and the exhibit has 4 thematic groupings: elusive, in-service, inside-out, and spectacle. Curators of the historic costume collection, Linda Arthur Bradley and Amy Hughes, hope the exhibit will really capture people's attention.
Art, apparel, and architecture tend to follow the same themes. And wouldn't it be great if we did an exhibit that did that?
They're very eye-catching. When you wear something like that, everyone notices, right? And so the idea then going into art or architecture, what have people created that just, it just draws your attention right away.
It kind of makes the eye explode.
Along with the other pieces and intricate textiles from this exhibit, it also holds this painting of Marilyn Monroe from one of 1960's most famous pop art movement artists, Andy Warhol.
The performers say they want everyone to know that people can feel empowered by what they wear.
Fashion plays into that effect, so we kind of also want to redefine Chanel's idea of little black dress, but instead like little black clothes.
Fine Arts Department Chair Squeak Meisel says there are many arts-related events that go unseen, and it's important to understand art literacy.
Addressing kind of visual literacy in relationship to the history of things. You see it everywhere right now with the kinds of protests that are happening, the kinds of things that are being removed or fought to not remove. And those dialogues, I think, are really important.
Unconventional Pairings will be open for viewing October 16th through November 3rd from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. in Carpenter Hall. Ajane Seville's Taylor, Murrow News 8.
We're a Culture, Not a Costume is a sponsored event by the Associated Students of Washington State University that brought light to issues surrounding Halloween costumes. Those issues include the ability of costumes to be offensive to different people, including racial groups and others who deal with sexual orientation and body image issues. The event's goal is to raise awareness about how to avoid offending cultures that are being translated into stereotypical costumes. So this Halloween, try to keep the costumes fun, not offensive.
Leanne Whitmore Elementary School in Moscow put the fun back in fundraising, and locals are flocking to help raise money to replace unsafe playground equipment. Brooke Wolford shows us how you can be part of the flock.
I like to do both. Sometimes I like to look around.
Faja, a first grader at Lena Whitmore Elementary, says she enjoys playing on both playgrounds at school, one belonging to the school and the other owned by the city, known as the Lena Whitmore Park Playground. But after the city learned in June that the latter wasn't structurally sound, they began removing the old wooden structures to make room for new, more accessible equipment. Now there isn't much left of the Lena Whitmore Park Playground, and they want to install 5 new pieces of equipment, all ADA accessible, considering there are no ADA accessible parks within a 100-mile radius of Moscow. The parent advisory team is sponsoring the fundraiser, which has proven to be no easy feat, with the goal of raising $100,000. Principal Kendra McMillan says the group wanted to make the new playground more accessible to everyone.
The idea that it's ADA accessible for kids and parents
is something that our parent group really feels strongly about.
PAT President Paula Noon said they've set up a system where people can schedule flockings to be done to friends or neighbors. Then the victims pay a fee to get the 12 flamingos removed from their yard. And if you really hope to keep those pesky birds away, they'll even let you buy insurance. Noon said it's fun for the kids, too.
They want to help, so they've been going out with me and flocking.
From Moscow, I'm Brooke Wolford.
When we come back, Brazil's president is facing more corruption charges.
And a U.S. ambassador was evacuated from South Sudan.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face! In your face!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft. To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course! Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
The father of a 3-year-old admitted to disposing of his adopted child's body. The cause of death of the 3-year-old is still pending investigation, but Wesley Matthews is being charged with injury to a child, a felony punishable with a maximum of 99 years in prison. Matthews originally told police he made his daughter stand outside because she wouldn't drink her milk, and that she then disappeared. Matthews later admitted to lying when the child, who was missing for more than 2 weeks, was found by police on Sunday.
Arizona Senator Jeff Flake warned the Republican Party about President Donald Trump's actions in his retirement speech. Flake said the notion that one should say and nothing in the face of such mercurial behavior is ahistoric and profoundly misguided. Flake also believes the deals Republicans are making will affect future generations. Critics say Flake's speech will go down as one of the most important ones in modern Senate history.
Brazil's lower house of Congress is voting today on whether President Michel Temer and his 2 ministers should stand trial for corruption. The 3 are accused of conspiracy to commit crimes and receive bribes. The charges stem from a case involving the world's largest meatpacking firm. President Temer survived a similar congressional vote in August for bribery charges. Temer became president last year following the impeachment of his predecessor, Dilma Rousseff. She was found guilty of tampering with government accounts to hide a growing deficit ahead of her re-election campaign in 2014.
Nikki Haley, the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, was evacuated from a UN camp for displaced people in South Sudan because of a demonstration against President Salva Kiir. UN security guards fired gas tears to disperse the crowds of more than 100 residents who looted in destroying an office of a charity. Haley's now safe and now out of South Sudan. When we come back, we'll talk to our weatherman Jay Slaughter to see what the sunshine is here to say.
And we'll give you a World Series update.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face! In your face!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft. To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course! Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
With the sun shining these past couple days, let's see what Jay has to say about what we will expect these next couple of days.
These next couple of days, expect some sun as we had today. A little bit later in the day, it's partly cloudy, 53 degrees. The weather will be about in the 60s this week. Today was no different, with a high of 61, low of 55. Not the most chilly day, nice day to go out and look at the sun, because we have nice sunsets on days like this. Now, if you look at tomorrow we'll bring some sun, not rain, but it will still be cold outside. We're looking at 45 degrees in the morning, a jump to 54 degrees, and then a fall back down at night to 48 degrees. Now, the weather tomorrow is going to be pretty nice, as this whole entire week will be. In our 5-day forecast, you will see that. And you jump to our Washington State map right over here. And the west side was a little bit cold, so be grateful that we are in Pullman. In Seattle and Olympia and Vancouver, we've seen a lot of rain. Then we jump to the east coast, going more and more. We're here at Yakima, Wenatchee, some of that sun, a little bit of cloud, but then we come on over to Pullman and Spokane. It's just not rainy, still cold, but we still have some of that sun that we all love to enjoy. Now, if you look at our 5-day forecast, you see the sun, and you see it a few more times, you see just a little bit of clouds. It won't be the hottest week in the world, but we'll still have a lot of sun to enjoy, a lot of time to go outside and pack those lunches and enjoy Pullman before this winter hits. We have 59 degrees, jumping to 63, 60, then lowering back at 55 before it gets a little bit cold next week. So enjoy these next 4 days.
Sunshine in the 60s? Well, I think that calls for some time outside.
I agree with you, Stella, and that's why they're still playing baseball outside. Next, we'll look into what is going on in the World Series.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face! In your face!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft. To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Game 2 of the World Series is going on right now, and the Dodgers are looking to take a 2-0 lead after winning Game 1 last night. Chris Taylor took the first pitch from Dallas Keuchel deep into the stands to take a 1-0 lead. Alex Birdman tied the game up in a fourth with a solo shot off Dodgers ace Clayton Kershaw. In the 6th inning, Justin Turner hit the go-ahead 2-run homer to give the Dodgers the lead. Clayton Kershaw threw 7 innings, giving up only 1 run and striking out 11.
The United States government will be required to release the long-awaited JFK files to the public tomorrow. Over 3,000 documents are expected to be released, reflecting the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in Dallas, Texas on November 22nd of 1963. Files like these add to fuel what many believe are conspiracy theories surrounding the assassination of JFK and the blame of Lee Harvey Oswald. President Trump is the only person who is able to stop this release.
All right, guys, so who are you guys doing for? Dodgers or Houston?
You know, a lot of people are saying that this game is David and Goliath game, but I think it's a Goliath and Goliath. These are two really amazing teams, and you know what? I'm rooting for the Dodgers.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll give you that, I guess so. I am not a Dodgers fan because I am definitely a Giants fan, but so I guess I'm going to have to go with Houston, but they're still doing a good job.
Thank you for watching. Join us every weeknight at 7 and 10 p.m. for Pullman's only nightly newscast.
Have a great night, and don't forget to follow us on Murrow News 8 and Facebook and Twitter. Good night, Pullman.